Daily stock market update, 12th of May. Let's put it into the bigger picture context first before we turn to UK and US. The markets tend to be, after things like the Middle East strikes, we've forgotten about those, haven't we? Tend to be up 8 weeks later. And we're seeing that now. We're just coming off all-time highs today on the 12th of May. But overall, what's quite often forgotten is that we've got broad-based earnings growth. People like to say that there's only a few companies lifting up the S&P and its concentrated gains. That's because there's a few companies which are weighted more heavily in the index. So it's tautological. Of course, there's going to be a few companies that are determining the direction of the index because the index is based on a few companies. The S&P 500 isn't 500 companies. It is just by title, but because it's a weighted index, those which are very big companies like NVIDIA have a disproportionate weight. So what is more broad-based and what's important is earnings strength. All 11 S&P 500 sectors are expected to deliver positive earnings growth this year. Okay, so that's incredibly important. Now, for those who've been trying to time in and out, pilot error, all the data shows not that timing doesn't exist, just ask the hedge funds that do it day in, day out, like Renaissance, AHL, Winton Capital, Brevin Howard, Aspect. It's that you, the private investor, won't be able to do it. So a professional pilot can fly a plane doesn't mean you can fly a plane, okay? So don't you bother trying to, and you might as well just buy and hold. That's what the data suggests. Strategic positioning versus risk management. Have we got a problem with private credit? Well, bond yields are rising in the UK because of uncertainty. They're at the highest they've been since 2008. Well, will that impact people remortgaging their properties? Almost certainly. Will it impact businesses? Of course, higher borrowing costs. Will it impact government spending? Yes, because they're spending more on repaying debt. Okay, so all of those factors would impact the UK, but that is UK specific. If it happens in America, then we've got an issue. What might spike up interest rates and bond yields in America? Well, concerns about rising interest rates. Do we have those? Usually triggered by higher inflation. Do we have that? We do today. Some of the inflation readings come in a bit higher. What will probably happen is it'll cause a delay in the reduction of US interest rates rather than a change of direction. However, the moment credit starts tightening, in other words, the lack of availability of loans for whatever structural reasons, people need to show more deposits, for instance, or the cost of loans increases, then the market, like in 2022, is likely to pull back. So be warned, we don't have that. I'm reading all the Federal Reserve statements and comments. We're not at that stage yet. What most of the big banks are saying, and there was a JP Morgan private bank event this morning, is US asset preeminence. Now, we're at a stage where the energy shock has not caused US markets to be vulnerable. It does impact Europe more because it's a smaller, more fragile economy, more open to energy vagaries because it tends to import energy, unlike, for instance, on the whole, the United States. Will have some impact on China, China's second largest economy in the world, but none of that's impacting US stock market at all-time highs because those companies leading it, of which there are a few, are profitable and they've got fat profit margins. They're basically the kind of companies you want to be owning because fat profit margins, lots of profitability sitting on their balance sheet from previous years, which allows they've got a lot of firing power. Okay, all of the things you'd want to have in troubled times like now. So am I worried that Qualcomm today is down 12% or SanDisk is down 9%? No, because what you're next going to get is, first of all, oil going above $110 because it went below $100. So there's this ping pong game going on with Donald Trump and the Iranians where it drops below 100, you escalate, goes above 110, you de-escalate, okay? Why am I not worried about the stocks? Well, we've just had tech earnings. What happens after tech earnings? Everybody forgets about tech earnings. We first get a bit of exuberance and then we forget about it. What happens after we forget about it? We start worrying about AI overspend. Will they ever get a return on investment? The world's dangerous. So you're going to get the fear phase now. Okay, we're due for the fear phase to start hitting markets and stocks. It's coming. I can hear it. It's out there. All right. But what you need to do for now is stay perfectly calm. How do I know that? Well, because when we looked at the data, both in terms of the economic scenarios right now, bond markets, bond yields, for instance, credit tightening, repo rates, all sorts of things, which will give us some kind of advance warning, and look at the other videos that I've done to find out about that. We have some things flashing amber. We don't have, I think there's only one thing flashing red and everything else is green. So we're okay. We're cautiously optimistic, which is, to be honest, what we are 90% of the time. I would have said it's the nature of the market. So no reason to panic as of now. The returns have created bumper profits. We've got clients on the Great Investments Program who've in 2.5 years managed to double their money. Now, sitting on that bumper buffer, should there be a bit of a pullback, they're more resilient, okay, because they've just had 2.5 great years. I've had a whole bunch of them email in because I asked them to look at their portfolios. So that's what we're looking to build up, that resilience, either through the companies themselves or through a buffer of profitability. 100% in 2.5 years. Well done them. I look forward to speaking to you. Have a look at alpeshpatel.com if you want to learn more about the Great Investments Program. Past performance is not a guarantee of future returns. Okay, just in case that wasn't obvious, let me make it absolutely obvious. Thank you.